Okay, I've hit the go live button. And YouTube knows I'm live. Okay, cool, let's go. Alright, back at it. Gonna finish this game. Or not, who knows. Hopefully we are. Let's see. Alright. So, where we left off last time, we basically have half a game. By which I mean, we have two halves of a game, one of which is functional. So, I suppose may as well just go straight into it. No need to get back into the whole catching up part of things. All right, let's open that up and get ready. Oh yeah, so what we have to work on now is getting the left side working, which I've done some brainstorming on, and I've got roughly an idea of what I want from that. I want to implement some background music just because, you know, that's kind of a good thing to have. Sprites, I don't think white squares are going to be, you know, the most visually appealing thing. And then we need to actually like implement, hey, you win, you lose. And ideally a restart button with that as well. Okay. So I think once we have all of that, it's more or less feature complete, I guess. A minimum viable game jam project. We've already used up I've already used up half my time. Now it's just a matter of, you know, getting things done. Okay. Let's go. Timer's counting down. Alright, so right now, right side is functional, left side does not have functionality. Let's give the left side some functionality. Let's take our right side script and... Oh, do we just want to copy and paste, or do we want to... Now we won't copy and paste the whole thing. Instead, we'll just go like that. We'll have to replace this at some point with real functionality. Copy. Yeah. Paste. But for now, that should work. And now, as far as button pressed. You know what, fine, we are copying all of this. Copy. Paste and watch as it starts to freak out at me. Actually, let's see. In main, we have right and left button pressable, and then game end. Nothing more than that. Cool. Now, if the game is not over and the left button is pressable, make it so the left button cannot be pressable. There are various reasons why this is not a good way of handling it, but right now I don't care. So I'm thinking what we're going to want for the left side is to keep the font size consistent with the others. And if I remember right, it's 12? Yeah, that seems right. Of a weak strike. The action name will just be weak. Then we'll have our standard strike. Yeah. We'll go like that. Then we'll have like a Wild Strike, which I can't forget to deal with the font size. I'll get that in a moment. Wild Strike will just have a wider range of how much damage it can do. In fact, we'll make the basic strike like Steady Strike. So, theme overrides fonts. No, not fonts. Font size is 12. Three to 5 damage. Now we'll go back here. 4 damage. So they're, in theory, equivalent. It's just, you might... And I'll explain my thoughts behind this in a moment, but for now, I'll just get on a roll here. And this is just a weak strike for 1 damage. And then lastly, well, let's be thorough with this. This would be a steady strike. And then right will be defend. Then just hope that font size of 12 brings that in line with everything else. Yeah, it looks like it. Cool, cool. So my thoughts behind this are, right, on the right side, you need to focus on gathering MP and then keeping both of them healed up. So it'd be all too easy to just gather MP 1, 2, 3, then heal team, repeat. So by making these two inefficient options, you're encouraged to actively do these to finish this fight. But doing those could be wasteful if you don't need to heal. Yes, that's my thought process, and it makes sense to me, and we are going with it. Yes, cool, cool. Now, first, we're going weak. So if the action is weak, then the enemy health component, what's that? Alt Dragon in? Sure. Dot alt, not alter health -1 because damage is just native healing. Weak, then we'll go steady. We don't have to worry about any mana stuff, so we can just go like that. Copy, paste. That's -4. Remember, they each have 100 health. Then we'll have wild, which will be if ran modulo 2 equals 1. Could also go equals 0, I don't care. Paste 5 equals 1. I'm out of practice, by the way. Else, I mean, to be fair, I am still just learning GD script, but either way. 50-50 whether it does 5 damage or 3. And then lastly, defend, we are going to add a variable defending equals, we'll specify its bool equals false. And defending equals true. Now for the enemy turn. We wait a second, and then if the modulo 3 we'll say is greater than 0. So if it's a 1 or a 2, so 2 out of 3 times, we will go, it would just be, come on now, capital L, left character health component -1. Else, 1 in 3 times, the left character will take 5 damage. But then how do I implement defending? We will go var damage equals 0. Damage plus equals 1. Damage plus equals 5. If defending damage minus equals 1, so 2 out of 3 times, if you defend, you take no damage, effectively giving you a free heal on the other side. But 1 in 3 times, you'll still take 4 damage, so it's not a good option, which is intentional. And then defending equals false. And then negative damage. And then we want to make sure the left button is pressable. So let's see if this just works as is. Please tell me it does. Okay, cool. Looking at everything, we'll do a weak strike and gather 1 MP. Yeah. We'll do it again. And again. Okay, so now we will heal the tank. Yeah, we did more damage that time, it looked like. Okay. But we do need to do more damage, so we will just do some wild strikes. It's wasteful, but we're doing more damage when we do that stuff. Oh, game over. Cool. It appears the game actually works. That is, we've got something. Now, all right. Well, current time, we spent like a little under 15 minutes getting that working. Cool. Now, let's worry about music and sprites later. Let's get it so when you win, a thing will pop up saying, "You win, restart." And same with losing. "You lose, restart." So in order to do that, what we're going to do, we can minimize all this now. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a new node, make it a control node. And then it would be visibility. It is off by default. We will actually worry about that in a moment. But for now, control node, yeah, I'll just go bop. This will cover the whole screen. And within that node, we will add in a label. That's what it's called. It's going to say text 2D, but that didn't sound right. It's label. This will be this will also cover most of the screen. Say it's like just top half of the screen. Or would be on our label settings that we do fun stuff? Yeah, I think so. Size, what about outline? Bit much. Works. And give it a shadow. But the ba, we'll say yay, cool, it works. We have text. But now we need to add logic for making this actually show up when we want to, as well as whether it says you win or lose. So what we're going to do is under main, we're going to have a function for game over, and it'll be taking a variable of the victory. And in this function, we'll set game end to true. And control. Excited for this to release in 2 hours. Most hyped game of all time, I think. Welcome to the stream, Jason. Keep up that excitement because, like, this is going to be the game of all mediocre time. Where was I? Control dot visible, just visible will equal true. Except we will put that after the thing that goes and sets the text of this. Dot text equal you. Actually, it'll be, yeah, string you. And we're gonna have to go if victory yeah, so the amount of time I have left to work on this is like an hour 10 minutes, but that's not counting the time to actually, you know, export the game, get a page up on itch. So it literally will very much be in 2 hours, assuming I get it done. Yeah. Okay, so okay, if victory, we're going to have a new variable for var. You know what? No, we're going to go end text var n the text of type string. If victory and text equals you win. Else and text equals you lose. No exclamation point. So then it'll set the text to label to whatever it says, and then the controls will be visible. So we will go ahead and make this so it is visibility is off by default. Yes, that is how it needs to be. Cool. So let's run this, make sure that when you lose, you lose. Okay. So let's go ahead, see about doing all of this. Bop. 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 And game over, but lose text did not pop up. That is because I forgot to actually call this function. Okay, so we are going to just copy that. And now we're going to the right side manager, and then instead of setting the game end variable directly, it'll be game over, and victory will be false. It'll be get parent dot game over. It's false. Cool. We can get rid of that. Get parent with parentheses dot game over is false. And then we'll need this in the left manager as well. So if the dead node is the enemy, go that. But if we defeat the enemy, we get true. So we can get rid of that. So let's see how this works now. All right. So boom, 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 boom. Cool. Let's see how this works. It works. Wait, no. Wait, no. Okay. I know what the problem is. Also, the debugger is throwing something at me. What's the error? Yeah, there's no enemy because, yeah. Because it would have been queue-free. So, what we're going to do now is actually make it so the enemy's turn only happens if the enemy is alive. So, if that's tricky. We'll set a variable on the left manager. Var enemy alive type bool equals true. And then we can take all of this, cut if enemy alive, paste But then I have to, you know, indent everything. I could do this faster and probably should, but right now I am not doing that. Actually, that should be there. Cool. Well, no. Well, technically it won't matter. Because if the game's over, the game's over. So now, if the dead node is the enemy, we can go enemy alive equals false. And now that should solve that. Cool. But now that we know things work, we can go back over here and make that visible for now. We can add in a button. Great. And this will be start. Can I copy the label settings of that onto the button in any capacity? Okay. Oh, the button's up there. Duh. Okay, so layout, transform. If we set its position to the middle. Yeah. Well, actually, the way we'd want to do this would involve anchor point of middle. Yeah, there we go. That works. Cool. And honestly, we'll just leave it like that. Right? Right. And now we need to give this button some functionality. Whoop. Okay. So we need to give it a script. New script. Restart button. And this should be fairly simple. Signals pressed. I mean, I could just do it on the button. I should just do it on the button. But actually, what we're going to do is we are going to connect it to main. Just because, yes. And then I believe tree.reload. Well, again, it's get tree with parentheses dot reload current scene would be the way of doing it, I believe. But the reason I want to connect it to main is because I forget. Just because it's not visible, I don't believe that. Yeah, it stops me from pressing it. Cool, cool. Let's get this going now. Okay, yeah. And we should just be able to, yep. Then it works. It works, it works. Cool, cool. I would like to make the button bigger though. So we'll make that visible for a moment. And size we'll say 100 by 50. No, 150. That. And then we have to anchor it to the middle again. Yes, that seems right. All right. So looking at our little to-do list, we have that. It appears to be working. Okay, and currently we have just under an hour left, but we have a working, functional little game. And now just one more test. Oh, duh. I need to return that to how it was. Okay, cool. Now, we will make sure that boom, 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 boom. And suppose we waste all of our time doing all that. Cool, it won't even let me highlight stuff. That... Alright. Don't even remember adding functionality for that, but I suppose I'd be hovering over the control, wouldn't I? That would be why it's not. And that's accidentally the functionality I'd want, so cool. Now, basically all we need to get this to be good is to look good. Since it functionally works, we want some kind of a monster here, a warrior here, and a healer here. Some background music would also help make this good. So, background music, I believe, is, yes, audio stream player. So, thankfully, I already have the ready at my disposal. Some music we could probably use. One of those Kevin MacLeod song things. I must remember to apply the proper attribution. Do not let me forget. So I think the way this works, if I want to loop, I have to make it, what's it, not local to scene, you have to make unique. Cool. Volume, let's just say -12, just in case. Alright, and now if we were to just play this, make sure the music starts up when things happen. Right, because it needs to autoplay. It works. Cool, cool. So let's focus on... There. Now if I restart, does the music start over? Yes. Fine by me. Fine by me. We have background music. I'm not going to bother with adding in sound effects because I am not familiar enough with all this to actually get that to work in a reasonable amount of time. I'd like to remind you, for being basically done, we do have like almost a full hour left. But also, okay, so what we're gonna need to do is look up some assets. because we need something better than squares. I'll do this on this monitor. We're gonna want free character. Now we're looking for something to be a monster, something to be a warrior. Could probably just use warrior twice. And then something to be a healer. Let's see. What would make for good characters? I should probably also specify 2D, shouldn't I? I mean, I could try and do a little bit of pixel artistry, but I would not make anything worthwhile. It would just be trash. Let's see. Alright, what's gonna work for this? Let's look at this. Um, hmm. Hmm. Alright, let's see. Hmm. Okay, I'm not quite seeing anything that outright screams what I'm looking for. I'm sure I probably could find something, but ultimately, we have time. So the more I think about it, the more I think it might actually just be viable to crack open a Sprite and see what we can do. We'll say is that the middle? Indeed. So that's about what the middle is. So we can go I want no. Okay. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. We have a healer. Yeah, we'll fill it in. File. Save as healer file export healer.png. Cool. Now they are some kind of warrior. That's not a very good shield. Nah, that doesn't quite look right. I suppose there's also a thought of no. Alright. Of course, it could just be like a wooden shield. Uh, sizable wooden shield. And a big old sword. Nah. I'm not liking the looks of this. Suppose that would function as a shield. Nah. I don't know. I don't know. But a big sword. Nah. Go bop, 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 bop. Actually, that could work. And then shield. That works. That works. So file, save as warrior. Okay. Export warrior.png. And now we need big ol' scary monster for these stick people to face. Hmm. Properties, not properties. It'd be sprite size. Say, well, actually, it could still be 16 pixels tall. But now let's see what big thing can we make. Hmm. Okay, could we make like a dragon? And big old wings. I think the answer is going to have to be no, we cannot make a dragon. So then what could we make? Always go with something basic like a slime. That's not the one. Is that the one? Yeah, it's up against a slime. That could work, but let's think more. Um, it's a snake. Well, actually, if you give that like wings of some sort, nah. Um, it's a coiled snake. No, 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 no. Okay, we still have over half an hour, though I should keep thinking. Um, let's see. What would be something that would make a good threat? It's a spider. No. Surely there's gotta be something that would work. Now let's actually give Dragon a real thought here. Nah, that does not look good. Um, That looks vaguely dragon-like. I hope this is what you all like to see, because this is just... You know what, that's it. That's... Well, actually, you could probably color their wings a slightly different color. New layer. But then we can take this layer and make its opacity lower. Yeah. You know what, that'll have to do. We'll save this as a dragon. We'll export it as a dragon. Well, actually, what we will do is merge the layers and then export as a dragon. Boom. Save. Yeah. Okay, now let me just go ahead and take these images I've gotten. Drag in our dragon, our awful healer, and our equally awful warrior. And now what we'll do is replace our left character. Here's a polygon thing with a sprite. We will then need to change project settings. Where is it? Not render, textures nearest, because it's pixel art. Attach this warrior to here, rename it sprite. Place the sprite there. Scale, we'll say, how's 4 look? Sure. Position, we'll move it up a bit. And we copy that sprite back open here and do its polygon, but in its place. What? No. delete the polygon, copy the sprite, paste it under the tank. There we go. Then we want to move it like up here. And then we want to take our healer, delete that, drag in our healer, attach it to this character, name it sprite. This will also get scale of, this time it'll be 3. Okay, how's this looking so far? Cool, cool. Now we need to give this enemy the dragon sprite. Quick time check. We are looking at 26 minutes. Scale, how's 4 look? 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna be right back. And I return. Alright. We're almost done here, though. We are going to put the dragon behind, no, in front of. Actually, I think it's fine if it's just, yeah. But then, one more thing we will do is another dragon to be like up here. Because that's what they're fighting. And how's that look? Nope, that's not good. Doing that should not. Yeah. So that I believe would be under project settings. But where would it be? Search mode, canvas items, I think. So then when we do this, yeah. So if we go like this, boom, boom. We've done it. We have done it. We have awful sprites. We have music. We have gameplay. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to restart the timer. Okay, good thing this was live streamed so I can confirm how long those past few minutes have been. Okay, looks like I got back to my chair 3.5 minutes ago. So we'll say I had 22 minutes left. So, yeah. We have completed a game jam project in 2 hours, 38 minutes, approximately. Close this. Because now, all that's left is to export this. That doesn't count against my time. So, yeah. It is done. I'll make sure to do a community post thing with a link to the project on itch.io. I'll also probably put it in Discord or whatever, all that fun stuff. Yeah, I've done it. I've made something. Is it good? Well, you look at that dragon and you tell me. It's better than nothing, though. I have practiced making game. Game has been made. Okay, one thing I would like to do. Yeah, this will count against my time. I'll tack on like an extra 2 minutes. Is environment, default clear color. Maybe brighten it up a bit. See, how does that look? If you go with something like that, then the sword doesn't stand out too much. That's... Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So now it'll look like... Here we have it. All right. It is done. And, you know, because the game is done, the stream is done. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Thank y'all for tuning in. Bye. Smile. Enjoy it. $70 retail price. Just you wait until the day -1 $30.50 DLC season pass. That is only a single DLC item. Yeah. Alright. But yeah, this is ostensibly a game. This is something that a person could play. It fits the theme of dual realities. You've got the two linked things. Yeah. It's... Man, that is one awful looking dragon. But what's done is done. This is what I'm going to export. But for now, I will put a link in a community post thing linking toward the game. Or you could just, you know, go to the game jam itself, and fairly soon here it should show up as an entry. I still have to make the page for it, so it's not going to show up yet. I'm no magician. I'm no time traveler. But hey, welcome to the stream, Weeb. Tune in right as I'm about to end the stream. But anyways, as I was saying, I'll have the game on itch as soon as I've got it done. As soon as I've got a page ready, it'll be on the. Let's try that again. I will, as soon as I end the stream, I'll start setting up the page, putting the game on it, and entering it to the game jam. So I'll put out a community post with a link to the game. Otherwise, you can just go to the game jam thing, and pretty soon it should show up as an entry as soon as I get the page done. But yeah, I am done working on this project. So yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed the stream. Smile if you aren't already, or continue if you are. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Have a good